It's been, it's been
What up? What up? What up, good people?
oh man.
Um, we laughing because it definitely has been a minute since we did one of these, and I hit the record button, and I forgot another screen pops up that makes sure you want to record. So I was like, did I hit it? But what's up, good people? Welcome back. Ghost v Universe.
Yes. Yes.
Universe. We kind of switched it up the universe because we're doing way more stuff now. We definitely still been working behind the scenes, even though y'all haven't seen as much. Um, we did our first group Comic Con.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Definitely got some looks out there, so that's good stuff. But we back on our breakdowns, and we decided to do two of them. You'll see one of the other ones later on, but
Hmm.
this first one, uh, I kind of surprised myself with this one
Okay.
because I was going to pick a different show, um, but we're also trying to do stuff that if you don't like read subtitles and all that, you can still just watch it and enjoy. So
Mhm.
this one, they had all the translations in Spanish. Because I had looked on there, the more information, I was like, all right, let me see if they got it in English. It listed English, but all of
Yeah.
them are in Spanish.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, all right, let me pick another one. So this one is called Hinomaru Sumo.
Bro.
So as soon as I seen the name, I was like, yo, D is probably going to like this.
And you were right. And you are right. Like I know I went for the front about it. I'm like, sumo. I'm a wrestling head. Okay, let me press play. Let me see what's going on with this one. Yo, it's amazing. It's like I have never in anime in America, we kind of have like our 10 or whatever is hot at the moment. Everybody kind of follows a wave. So
Right.
once the anime that like fall through the cracks, like no one really talks about them, no one really speaks on them. Like if you were to say, "Hey, did you watch this sumo anime?" They're like, "What are you talking about?" Unless it's a real anime head. So when you told me there was a sumo anime, I was like, "All right, game on." I love Yokozuna when I grew up. So even hearing like an open interest about I'm trying to be Yokozuna, like you have me game already.
Right. So they start off with this kid, like, they don't even really show who he is.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, yeah, it's a couple sumo wrestlers. They got their names from swords. Like, and to get these names, you had to be one bad sumo wrestler. Like,
Yeah.
you had to be tough.
Mm-hmm.
So then when they show this kid, first thing they show is him like beating up somebody on the train.
He was protecting the lady first though, man.
Right. He was protecting the girl on the train, but he just like got this dude grabbed by the back of his neck, telling him to apologize, and then like the police come and kick him off the train because he wearing his sumo bottoms and no pants.
To put it in context, like okay, so there is like a little kind of a jab towards like Japanese culture and train culture that when it's too crowded, that there are some people who do some things inappropriately. And also, it also took a shot at the main character's height. He's kind of short,
Right.
so he's like squeezing down, and he sees things that most people at the actual height can't see. So even like having the police react to him, and he's in like I don't want to say gi. My natural reaction is a gi, but his sumo gown, his lower legs they're just showing. They're not the typical garments for everyday activity. That was hilarious.
So he ends up having to walk to this high school,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess this high school is supposed to have like one of the best sumo groups in the area. So
Mm-hmm.
he's walking and he got this little paper with this drawn on directions. So he's trying to find a school. So he sees this one kid through the fence
Mm-hmm.
practicing sumo outside. So he was like, "Oh snap, let me see." And instead of finding the front gate, he just jumps over the gate and starts talking to this dude straight from the jump.
Yeah.
And then they had like a little practice match and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, bro, tell me what you thought afterwards, and when he realized that that wasn't a place he really wanted to go to.
So I'm going with the flow of the story. I'm finding out that he wants to rumble no matter what. He don't really care what's going on. And also it tells you that he's kind of I don't want to say a klutz, but he's not paying attention to direction. Like he personally, if you tell him to do A, B, and C, if he sees something over here that he likes, forget all that. He's just gonna go right after that. So see him hop over, and you see the person he was on practice against, that's a pretty like
He looked the part.
He looked like a sumo wrestler. So seeing him hold his own, and then you see also the graphics of the smack, and you see the actual like force. I'm like, yo, this is it's a little more action based on the actual transitions than I thought. I was impressed.
So he's like, all right, after the match, they give each other little props or whatever.
Yeah.
And he like, all right, yo, show me the dojo. And the kid was like, oh man, like he definitely about to leave now.
Yeah.
So they get to the dojo and it's just a whole bunch of little hoodlums in the dojo chilling. Like it's all beat up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the one guy, I guess the main guy in the group, no, it was a regular guy in the group, like spit some gum out in the dojo. And my man, here you go again. Grabbed him by the back of the neck, had him facing down.
He actually picked it up though. He did. You gotta respect the dojo. You gotta respect the actual sanctuary of what it is. And you see a bunch of like I said, this you call them thugs, Zulums, whatever. They chill out there, and they just didn't care about the actual sanctuary of the dojo. You spit gum in a dojo, you are going to get wrecked, hands down, no matter what it is. If anybody been a part of a dojo scene, you don't walk with your shoes in a dojo. On the mat type area, you take your shoes off. So spitting gum there, yeah, you're not doing that.
Yeah. So then you see the main leader of the group step up. It's like, yo, what's going on? Like somebody starting trouble. And the guy goes and starts complaining about Hinomaru, and he just jabs him in the stomach. So not to start trouble right away, the kid that he met walks him away and was like, basically that's when he finds out, yo, I'm not even at the right school right now. So he starts going on his way with another hand-drawn map.
And he still got lost.
And ends up right back at the same school. And like you said, like once he sees stuff on the side, he gets sidetracked easy.
Yes.
It was like he realized he was still going the wrong way because he kept getting sidetracked.
And like he drew a map to get to other high school. Other high school is has more prestige, I guess, and that's why he was coming over there. And the current high schools that now, the only member of the club is the one person. That's it. So there is no anybody else. Like, oh, there's no way someone of your standard wants to be here. So we mentioned earlier that they had a little practice duel match outside because it wasn't a dojo. How'd you feel like? How did your stomach feel when you came back and you saw the result of his actual dojo pit?
Bro, I get the feeling, bro. Because it's like when you got something that you created because you're so like involved in this sport. Yeah. That you created your own area, even though there was a spot that was supposed to be like sectioned off for you. Mm-hmm. It's like, yo, like he should have. I wouldn't have been mad if he tried to step up first. And tried to take them dudes out.
It was crazy. Like it was just basically the whole hooligan crew went over there and they just destroyed his actual practice pit that it took a long time to build and look really prestige. And it almost made everyone want to quit. Look at all the characters' name. So I made sure I won't kill the guy. But like, you saw the main guy. Like, all right, cool, game on. We're going to the dojo
Right.
right. Yeah, he didn't work. He did
Right.
crazy. Like he was ready to blast everybody. He didn't care how many of them was. He didn't at all. It was going down.
Right. And you still seen how the one kid didn't want no problems.
At all.
So he was
He's
like,
not.
don't worry about it. Just leave. I'll take care of it. He went, apologized, was like, yeah, like, we don't want no problems.
Mm-hmm.
Because my man challenged the leader to a fight. Like, if I win, we get the dojo. So he was like, all right, bet. Don't be late. Like, don't chicken out. But old boy was like, nah, just go ahead, leave. Don't worry about it. And the leader told him to give up sumo. And he was about to do it. Just because he didn't want no problems. But of course, Hinomaru comes, bro. Just the anime of him slapping him on the back. It was like you knew he had some force behind it.
Yeah.
But he tore this dude up, bro. And he was supposed to be like top-notch karate.
But okay, so
he
first of
smacked
all,
the mess out of him.
it was the way that it was actually like displayed was messed up. All right, this is episode 1, y'all. The rules of the actual like leader of the hooligan group was like, you got to stay here and let me beat you down for 10 minutes.
10 minutes without fighting back.
And made it 15 minutes. And he couldn't fight back, couldn't do nothing, had to sit there and let this dude who's supposed to be efficient in karate just basically beat him down. So he did all that, and Mari afterwards was like, time's up. I can do it.
It was like, I can fight back now.
And everyone thought that it was, first of all, everyone
2
was
hits though.
the leader. Everyone thought that there was impossible this was going on. He cannot be human. And what he did was
2 hits. He was done for.
It was magical. I was ready to hop out of the seat and cheer for that moment because you did my guy dirty by messing his pit up. So you messed it up. Yeah, give me that dojo back. Get out of here.
So it kind of leads into the next episode because he decided to go to the school just because he knew old boy was a sumo head like him.
Yes.
So they was trying to recruit new people. And I knew he was hyped with this episode because this episode is called Sumo versus Wrestling.
Bro. Okay.
And you see the first person that comes to his table is in a wrestling mask.
You know, Penta after Penta, Raw is better than the other out there. Anyway, so seeing that luchador mask, you saw the whole charisma. This guy, it was a pet rally, I guess, and they're trying to recruit people for the club. So this club right now has 2 members for sumo. Everyone loves this wrestling guy. So, of course, we're going to try to recruit everybody, but no one cares about sumo. So, when I saw the title, I saw the character, I saw what he did in the first episode. I'm like, oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be really, really good.
Right. It was hilarious because the wrestling guy was basically telling him like, yo, I'm about to be the best mixed martial artist in America.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was telling him like deep down dreams, and Hinomaru was like, yeah, I'm about to be the best sumo wrestler. And he thought he was joking at first. He was like, yo, I told you like my deepest goals and you over here kidding. And he was like, no, I ain't kidding, bro. Like, I'm about that life. So he was like, you gonna join? He was like, nah.
See?
He was like, nah. So he ended up giving him a ticket to a show that they was gonna put on.
Mm-hmm.
So they go by through the day. Of course, they ain't getting no recruits. Nope. So they was like, we might as well just go to this show. And this dude laid this other guy straight out.
Yes, he did.
And then tried to explain to him afterwards why he lost.
But yeah, listen, I am the cream of the crop.
That was hilarious.
So when you saw him pop up and the wrestling guy's like, hey, I was looking forward to you being here. I'm excited that you're here because I want to test out my skills versus you.
Right.
And then they had a conversation about rules and how like there's a different standard of rules for wrestling and sumo, and that they were trying to find a blend to make it somewhat even for the competition. So the pet rally, everybody's looking around. We see this one character, female, pops in, almost like find out that she is the sister of the hoodlum's older brother. Like she wanted the sumo guy to get destroyed. She wanted to get her power back and being like, hey, my brother's the big guy on campus. No one else is. So she pops in, want to be the special ref. So what's getting audiences looking around, everybody's looking. This is like a pet rally, and everyone's expecting the wrestler to just dominate because he's been the champion before. Bro, tell me how you felt when that man tried all of his moves and they didn't
Like
work.
it was crazy though, because like you said, they was trying to find the rules, but
Yeah.
Hinomaru basically was about to give him all the benefit. He was like, "Yo, if anything else other than my feet touch the ground, I lose." And then you can do your wrestling style. If you go more than 3 seconds on the ground, then you lose. And everybody was like, "Yo, that's an unfair match."
Yeah.
But then you also seen the pride in the wrestler because he took the dude gi and made a belt and was like, "All right, since you're doing all that, here's something that you can grab on to do your stuff." So that was dope to begin with.
Facts.
But then, like you said, when he started to do it, doing all his wrestling moves,
Mm-hmm.
it was like everything he tried, my man was not going down at all. And he reversed them with a sumo move. But then after he did his move and got him down, he backed up and started fresh, just like a
Mm-hmm.
sumo match. Bro,
And the
that
guy was
was
like, why
that
are you
was
going
insane.
back? Yeah, he's expecting for him to keep going because wrestling is non-stop. You're going to get the guy down, pin him back. She's like, I'm going to restance again. So it was a respect culture and also a shock to the culture that, like, my move's not working. The crowd's getting stunned a little bit. On top of that, you're not going down at all. Like every time I try to move on you, you're reversing it and you have a separate move. And also, I can only tell the potential that there's going to be some crazy matches going on later on
Oh
with
yeah.
sumo wrestlers and other, like, I don't want to say ability, but you're going to see the aura come out, and you're going to see something that's not expected to come out of sumo. It gives you a little bit of the basketball anime, where like everybody has their own little like kink to it. So in conclusion, sumo wins, bro.
Yes. So he
Sumo
won.
wins. Oh, wrestling? It's
He
wrestling.
won. The girl was mad again,
She was salty, bro.
but the wrestler was like, "Yo, I could use this for my MMA career, so I'm gonna join." So they finally get one more because they
Yes.
got to have 5 to go do tournaments.
Yeah.
So now they got their third person. Then afterwards, this little skinny kid walks up like, "Yo, that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me join too." And it's like, "All right, whatever, sure." So they got 4.
Yeah.
So that's when you see that the girl who's like the president of the class or whatever finds out that that's the sister of the thug, and he's like, "Yo, like I'm gonna join." It was like, I gotta know why he beat me so easily, so I'm gonna join up. So that's their 5th.
You got a karate guy, turn sumo. A wrestling guy, turn sumo. A guy in the crowd who was so motivated that I don't know what he's gonna be, turn sumo.
Right.
We had the original character who's been thrown down. We have the quiet giant, and then we have a person in the dojo. They go in the dojo, and then you see that the gray hair original hoodlum thug is. It looks spit shiny. It looks amazing in
Right.
there, right? We see another person walk up, and we see Hinomaru like he recognizes this person. No one else does, and he was like, "I didn't know you enrolled in the school." He's like, "I did once I found out you were here." So there's some more history going on that I'm really intrigued about to see what's going to happen. But he's not there to wrestle or sumo. He's there
Right.
to
Right. He's almost like your modern day manager.
yeah.
So he was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing the sumo part of it, but I know this enough that even if y'all were to join the tournament, y'all will basically lose in the first round.
He did say
But
that.
I'm gonna get you to the top though." So that's almost like a Paul
Oh my
Heyman.
gosh. Bro, you ever I'm so sorry. You ever go to a crowd of people and be like, yo, listen, without me, y'all gonna lose. But with me, I take to the top. You know how
Right.
gotta be the same.
Right.
Everybody like, all right.
Like I'm not even going to wrestle, but I know everything
Oh.
that needs to be done to get you to the top.
And he's just like the slimmest guy of the whole crew. And he said that amongst all these people. I'm like,
Right.
all right, you want
Because you
something,
even
bro.
heard the karate dude and the wrestling dude was like, yo, he don't even know who he talking to. like they took that first thing as a jab. Like, you don't know who you talking about, homie.
My man said, with me, you'll make it to nationals. I was
Right.
like, all right, cool. So high school theme. We have the team being built. We see the potential, like different dynamics of characters. We also know about this other high school that's supposed to be a powerhouse.
Right.
So the eggs being laid in these first two episodes are it got me locked in. I'm looking forward to seeing this all the way through. Like I really am.
So before we end, I got one more question for you.
What's up, bro?
Do you think there's going to be another person on the team?
So right now,
Or are you thinking they're going to rock with that 5?
for right now, there got to be someone else at that school that is a monster. Like I'm gonna say the way the storyline is, but right now I think I'm gonna go with that 5. I'm gonna go with that 5 right now. I think the girl's gonna play a part because she wants to embarrass him so bad that she's gonna be nosy and always be in the mix, and probably eventually she's gonna fall in love with the actual process of what's going on. I'm just interested to see how the evolution of the gentle giant and when he becomes not so gentle, what he's gonna do to everybody because they're sparring every time they get a chance. So he's gonna
Right.
get. Yeah, there's more backstory. I got it. Like, why do you have a massive dojo, but only one person? Like, there has to be more to the story.
Right.
What do you think?
I feel like it has. I feel like there's going to be at least one more.
Okay.
And the only reason why I feel like that is because I don't know how like the system works. Is it like modern day wrestling where they got weight classes?
No, there's no weight class.
Okay, so that's why I'm thinking there's gonna be one more because I mean it's cool that motivated kid joined, but where does his part play into it? You know what I'm saying?
They did
So
say
is he gonna end up being like a substitute later on down the line after he like trains and get better, and he gonna have to fill in for somebody? Because I can't see him like really getting thrown to the wolves right from the jump.
Oh, he's gonna get smashed. I think he's gonna get smashed at first, but like they said, the height requirements. So like even his goal is to be Yokozuna. He can't for national purposes. They're not
right because he like a couple inches short.
Yeah, not even looking at him. So he's trying to prove that like no matter my height, I am still the man. So it's gonna be fun, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that we've been very busy. We've been really busy with school, with work, moving, Comic Cons. Your boy Epic dropped his own comic book, ladies and gentlemen. He dropped his own comic book. It's not just a Meta Grizz thing. It's a Ghost universe. We talked about it. We did it. And I am so happy that we're back on this whole tube of actually putting out videos for anime. And this is amazing anime start back up again. We try to do this weekly. Right now, 2 episodes at a time, and then keep it rolling. Just it's fun. I can't wait. This anime is awesome so far.
Oh yeah. So definitely check it out if you have Crunchyroll. I know it's on there. Next episode that we do, I'll try to see if there's on any other platforms, but for sure it's on Crunchyroll. So check it out. Hinomaru Sumo, and we'll see what the next one.
I'm gonna get the names down. I'm so excited.
He got a hidden gem over there, so we could definitely go and check it out and see what it's hitting for.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Go on Hulu. Go on Crunchyroll. Hell's Paradise. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that anime. But I love you guys.
All right, until next time, folks. Be easy.
Be easy.